Thank you for tuning in to Upland Inside the Game. I am Blood Spirit. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm going to start off by addressing the elephant in the room. I get it. My Discord is not officially working. I have changed that. Apparently, it's a temporary thing. I guess I don't understand Discord. I'm fairly new to it. But my link to it is a temporarily thing, so I guess I got to change it every 2 weeks. I fixed that by adding the Facebook page. Now, there ain't nothing on that Facebook page yet, but we can all get there and kind of have some conversations and some talks and go that way. I might have to out myself by giving out my real name. I don't necessarily want to do that, but I also don't have a huge problem with it. If it's something that I can get away with not doing, I'm happier with that, but it is what it is. But also in the comments below is also the 50% more UPIC promo code. So if you haven't spent any money to get UPICs yet, which is the in-game currency, you can get 50% more UPICs up to $100 on your first purchase and your first purchase only. So there is the meat and potatoes. I actually did something earlier where I posted a video. There were some negative things that I said in the video that that's perceived as negative. I kind of regret saying it. I didn't really want to say it. I'm not supposed to talk about it. My legal counsel said take it down immediately, so I'm redoing it. I'm just gonna put it out without talking about the things that I actually talked about. Not that I said anything really bad, but it can be taken out of context and really do a number on the UPICs community and the UPICs game if somebody wanted to. So I've just decided to redo everything and leave that piece of information out. I explain, and I will explain again why I think the standing income needs to be gone. It just needs to be gone. Okay, there's multiple reasons why I think it needs to be gone, but it needs to be a thing of the past. They need to take it away and make it better. And how they can do it is with one of the three ideas or suggestions that we're going to have as far as businesses. There's going to be three, a minimum of three, maybe more. And those three are going to be residential, commercial, and entertainment. And I'm going to talk about the entertainment business because it's going to be one of the most overlooked businesses out there. And if Upland does this right, it won't be. And we absolutely have to have it to make this universe, this megaverse, this metaverse of whatever it is that we're doing. I can't believe I can't even talk tonight. I'm trying to do this quick. We're going to have it to make the metaverse work. There's no way around it. We're going to have bars. We're going to have cafes. And the biggest question I had when they decided that they wanted to do the bars and the cafes is, why would I do that? Why would I build a cafe? Why would I build a bar? It makes no sense. I don't understand. How am I going to get paid? I'm not going to go into a bar if I didn't have one. If I were just visiting this game as an outsider, as a resident, and there's going to come a time where people aren't going to have properties. They're going to have to be residents. They're going to come into this game and they're going to do the shopping, they're going to do all that kind of stuff, but they're going to go into the bar and they're not going to buy a virtual cup of coffee. They're not going to buy a virtual beer. You and I might, as gamers, we might do that. Yeah, I think we probably would, just to support the community. But people that aren't vested in this game, they're not going to do that. I can't imagine. I mean, I actually talked to a few people and they rolled their eyes like, what are you talking about? I'm going to buy a $2 virtual cup of coffee or even a 50-cent virtual cup of coffee and sit there and pretend like I'm drinking something. I'm going to have to pay for it out of my pocket. It's unbelievable how people will not do that. Actually, it's really not that unbelievable. So instead of having the standing return, let me explain one of the reasons why I don't think we need to have the standing income. Okay, the return, the interest. I've never in my life, not one time, I've owned a piece of property that the United States government has given me money for. They've paid me to have this piece of property. Especially a property out in the middle of nowhere that's just sitting there, and all of a sudden I'm getting a check from the government to have that property. It makes no sense. You want this to be reality based. It makes no sense. And I made a comment one time in the comment sections about it, and a guy says, well, you have to understand the return and all that. I get that. I get that they're saying this is how they're going to do it. What I don't get is, how do you justify paying somebody to own a piece of property. It makes no sense. It's not realistic. It doesn't happen in the real world. So that's one of the main reasons why I think you should get rid of it. It makes no sense. Okay. I understand why they've done it up to this point. It's creating a community, creating passion, getting people extremely involved. It's putting them into a great spot to where they're highly praising the game. And if there's a way to do both of these things, then I'm okay with it. But what I think they should do is take that standing return and put it into the coffee shops and put it into the restaurants and the bars and all the other things that we're going to need to have to make this metaverse work. You know, depending on what you have, every time somebody visits, you should get, you know, maybe 5-10 OPIX. And if they stay an X amount of time, you should get a little bit more. And if they're a big time shopper in the metaverse, you should have a pool that gives even more. And at the end of the month, you should be able to get a nice big fat check based upon the people that are purchasing stuff in the other businesses, which Upland will get a commission on. So that's where it can come from. And it doesn't even have to be a lot. It could be 1% of that commission overall paid back to the players when these people are doing more than just shopping. They're actually being entertained. We have to figure out a way. Maybe they got it. I bet you know what? Upland team has been proven over and over and over they're much smarter than I am. So maybe they've already got something figured out that's even better than this. And maybe the standing return, they've got something that they're going to be able to keep that into play, which is better than what I thought of. I don't think that I'm this genius, but I do think that you're going to have to do something to make sure that those bars are taken care of. And outside of that, I can't really figure out anything. Now, if they did do that, I would be all about building a lot of different restaurants in the Upland metaverse. I'd be building bars. I'd be building coffee shops. I would come up with some other ways to be able to create a revenue, because the cool thing about doing it that way is the competition that I will be able to have with other players, drawing people into my area. And I think that would be fun. That would be entertaining, remodeling and doing stuff like that, to be able to, you know, maybe put a pool table in, or put some darts in, and people can play darts and whatever, karaoke business, whatever. I'm going to try to draw people into that business to be able to create some revenue. And even having a leaderboard on who is actually drawing the most people, that would be awesome. Just that so you're keeping it more towards the game for the people who are playing the game. But I think that that's one of the things that needs to happen, is that maybe they got something figured out. I don't know. But if I was running the game, that's how I would handle it. That's what I would do. I know that it's going to make a lot of people out, because a lot of people are making a lot of money on that standing return. I mean, there are players making $3, $4, $5, $6 million a month. And they're not having to put anything in. And for us to compete, for the smaller people, and I make 8,000 UPIX a month, or a week. I think I'm at 8,000 a week. Matter of fact, I haven't checked my collect, but I collect it every week, and I think it's at the 8,000 right now. And still, that gets a lot of properties when they open up a new city. These people who are making 3, 4, 5 million, and I appreciate you. I thank you for everything you've done. You're the pioneers. We would not be here without you. So I don't have a problem with you making a good money, and I'm very capitalistic, so I'm okay with you making that chunk of money. But we can't compete with you in those new opens of those cities. You get to go in and just pretty much have all the properties you want. I mean, and not have to put anything in to be able to compete with you. I'm going to have to put $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 in just to be able to compete with you, cash, real money. So other people are the same way. So that is one of the things that I think needs to change. I appreciate all your comments. Put them down below. The crazy thing is my last video had the most thumbs up in a 24-hour period than any video that I ever made. And I'm trying to figure out what exactly is it that has made it so high. I mean, I think my best in 24 hours was like 8 or 9, maybe 7, somewhere in that neighborhood. And the last time I checked, when I got done with the video, I think I was at 28 thumbs up. And so I'm thinking to myself, what could have it possibly been? Could have it been the content? What did I do different? And then it realized that it was either the content or the fact that I put this face in that screen. And it didn't take me long to figure out that it's because of this face is why you all got thumbs up for me, got excited. This moneymaker is still making it, baby. I get it. Be all serious. I appreciate every single one of your thumbs up, every single one of your comments, and everything that you're saying to me. And I'm glad that you like the show. My name is Blood Spirit. This is Upland Inside the Game. Thank you very much for tuning in today.